airborne time. I imagine probably had like 4 seconds of dead silence. Oh well, Crash of the Titans. It's like, if you don't know, this is a one-on-one fight between different characters in the Marvel universe, whether they have some comic history between one another or not, or if they happen to be, something chosen by the developers. And in this case here, this is something chosen by the developers because I don't think Sam Alexander, Nova, and the Super Skrull had any history together. Maybe Richard Rider and the Super Skrull did. I don't know. But anyway, but if you don't know now, you know. So we'll take a look at Nova. We'll take a look at the Super Skrull, and then also, like how we always do when the fight's over, we'll take a look, a deep dive at the Super Skrull, and give you some hypothetical, not necessarily teams, but people he pairs either decently or well with, or whatever the case might be. Take a look at Nova. Nova's one of the older four-star characters in the game. He's been here for quite a while. At one point in time, he was actually um, not necessarily the top dog, but what he could do at that point in time in the game, other characters weren't doing. Now with the whole passive shift with rocking the group, creating strike tiles and all that there, Nova's a relic of the past. Uh, yeah, I was trying to go for something tying in with the PvP, I mean PvE that the Guardians of the Galaxy have. There where Nova's one of the enemies, but yeah, I tried, I failed. As we can see, he's a red, yellow, and black user. His red ability costs 6, and it has two clauses. The first clause: if there are no black strike tiles on the board, then Nova will create two strong black strike tiles. All right. Now, if there are black strike tiles on the board, which two of his powers can help generate, then Nova will send you airborne for some number of turns, and then when you come down from the airborne status, you're dealt a large amount of damage. Again, relative to Nova's level, so it might be, since it's a 270, that might actually be on the weaker end in terms of airborne damage. All right, his yellow ability, um, I forget the name of it. It costs 7. A lot of folks just call it the pew pew laser because you know, pew pew. But anyway, it costs 7, and it does target damage. And if there are allies remaining on Nova's team, then he creates black strike tiles. Since this is a one-on-one fight, uh, Nova is not going to be creating strike tiles off of his yellow ability, but he will be doing target damage. So that's something we got to keep in mind. And then finally, his black ability, it costs 9 in black. It creates some number of black strike tiles on the board. Now again, depending upon the level, it could be anywhere between 3 to to 5 strike tiles. I forget the exact amount because I have my Nova at 553. But there's a secondary condition too. It's like if you have enough strike tiles on black, I think it's 7 strike tiles on black, then you remove all the strike tiles, and then you do uh, a crazy amount of damage to the target. And then obviously, you remove the strike tiles off the board. We'll look at black before we get into the fight fully with Nova. Alright. Then we got the Super Skrull here. Then I have him at a 553. Is a purple, green, and blue user, not necessarily in that order. And if you actually have a blue cover in your Super Skrull, you can actually win this fight. This is one of the handful of fights where you could win this here at level 70 with ease. Alright, so we'll take a look at his powers briefly, and then like I said, the deep dive will explain even further. Alright. Blue power, Manifest Entity. It has four different powers because of the 4 members of the Fantastic Four. So when you get your 7 blue, you go to activate the power. There'll be a screen that'll pop up asking you which one of the Fantastic Four powers you want to activate. If you choose the Invisible Woman, which is first, you'll be turned invisible. You'll have some number of invisibility tiles on the board. So at level 1, it'll be 1 invisibility tile. At level 3, you're adding damage whenever the invisibility tile is mastered or destroyed, and then at level 5 you create 3 invisibility tiles, and if they're matched away, you deal a small amount of damage to the target. You could use Mr. Fantastic. You create 5 protect tiles on the board, replacing any enemy strike, attack, and protect tiles before basic tiles. If you choose the Human Torch, then you have a 1-turn repeater tile on red that creates attack tiles. And then with the Thing, you get 3 hits of whatever damage, and then we don't have to worry about the second portion of the power, because if it downs Nova, that ends the fight. Force multiplier costs 10, relatively expensive in the 4-star tier. All things considered, destroys a random 3x3 block, deals team damage, and then if there's any friendly special tiles that happen to be destroy, you destroy additional blue basic tiles on the board, and then you generate AP. Again, that part there is not going to really matter too much because we're not going to be having any friendly special tiles on the board. Not hopefully. And then finally, Inevitable Betrayal is his purple ability, costs 8. Creates a 3-turn countdown tile, and Super Skrull turns into whoever he shapeshifts. Steals a burst of health from the enemy team each turn. And then whenever the countdown tile expires, steal 2 strike, attack, and protect tiles from the enemy team. And then also too, as long as the countdown tile is on the board, if you happen to have any special tiles on the board and the enemy team fires off a power, then they get improved. Alright. As far as boosts go, definitely want to boost blue and purple so you can get invisible as fast as you can. Here, I'm just going to go red, go team up, because again, neutral powers, and we're gonna go in. Danger Zone. Okay, that's what it was, and it cost. It cost. It cost 8. I don't know why I said 9. Let's see here. Yeah, 5 strike tiles. Okay, so yeah, so it's 5. It creates 4. Okay. It's been a long time since I used Nova. The main thing we want to do, we want to try and get invisible as fast as we can, but at the same time too, we don't want Nova to get any reds or yellows. Black we're okay with. Getting out, I'll take match 4s regardless. Alright, let's get invisible. Alright. I really don't like where any of those are at. I really do not. I couldn't get inevitable betrayal off. Great. Alright, go ahead and fire that there off, Nova. Go ahead and pew pew pew. Psych, I lied. But you can add more strike tiles on the board. I don't mind that. Alright. Put out some more manifest energy tiles. Let's grab some green. We're not gonna risk it just yet. Because I want to get Nova down even further. Okay, now I'll risk it. That's perfect. Manifest entity and then force multiplier. Good thing I stayed invisible for the duration of most of the fight. Otherwise, yeah, that was gonna be kind of gnarly. All right, let's find old Super Skrull again. Now I know when he was introduced, it's like maybe half a year ago. That sounds about right. A lot of us were actually, or it might have been 2019. Whatever the case was, when Super Skrull got released, a lot of us were kind of shocked. We're like, whoa, another somebody from the Fantastic Four to face off against. Okay, cool. And his powers are, you know, flexible for a lack of better words, for different situations, though the characters that are in the game now, again, they kind of make him sort of obsolete. But hey, you know, when you have over 100 some characters in the 4-star tier, and there's 2 of them that stand head and shoulders above the rest, you know, everybody else is gonna kind of pale in comparison. Alright, Manifest Entity, as you've seen up in the fight, it's actually that right there is a good thing to have. The ability to turn invisible, the ability to consistently add attack tiles on the board. You know what? He would actually work well in the puzzle gauntlet with creating attack tiles, because I honestly forget about him. So next time, whenever we have to do one with the created attack tile, I'll throw in a Super Skrull. You can create projectiles on blue, though. You know, you got folks like Beta Ray Bill who do a much better job at that, creating projectiles on the color blue. But you know, in four-star land, he's actually a decent option in creating projectiles. And then the final ability with the thing. I mean that's fine, but how often are you going to find yourself in a situation where you know where enemies at 4,500 damage or so? Again, looking at it from my perspective, and you know that's gonna drop them, and then you get the additional benefits of black attack tiles. I mean it's nice, but that's like adding syrup on 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 something sweet that you're already eating that's good. I mean, you know, an overindulgence, so to speak. Force multiplier again. This is a pretty solid ability. The downside is it costs 10. Um, in 4-star land, you gotta do something game changing on green to have people take a look at you. All right. Passive wise, again, you know, Polaris, she does her thing. Uh, Juggernaut, he, Juggernaut does his thing with his green passive. Moon Knight, even though Moon Knight's cost 12, you know, you got a 1 in 3 chance of dropping somebody on the enemy team. Is that with his green ability or whatever the case might be. So I look at Force Multiplier. Force Multiplier is a somewhat somewhat I'm not gonna say better version, but it's a somewhat adjacent version of Kamala Khan's in Big and Bash. It's like in Big and Bash, combined um with the thing's green ability, Yancey Street Special. So that's the best way to describe that. And then Inevitable Betrayal, you're not gonna really use this one here as much. I mean, cool, you know, you get a chance to steal health or whatever, but trying to steal health and then trying to time it in such a way that you can, you know, steal the enemy's strike tiles, you know, or protect tiles or whatever the case might be, that's like it's too much. So I leave him at 553, and then you know deal with it as it comes. You know. Now, as far as people to pair up with old Super Skrull, anybody that can help generate blue. So again, like your bishop, he can generate blue. So you'll never be under the conditions of Bishop's blue ability. Is that where you can either stun or do other things with the blue ability. So you at least have one outlet there. Um, I mean, Medusa could make sense with the whole special tile, special tiles that you're gonna create with Super Skrull, so that's always an option. Um, Let me see here. No, not Riri Williams, not Rockin' and Groot. Even though Rockin' and Groot does create strike tiles, uh, not so much. Mm-mm. Um, Invisible Woman again. Like if you want to go with an all invisible team, but again, that's just so you're kind of being redundant. So I really and good I just can't recommend her. Mm, Vulture, yeah. I mean, Vulture with anybody that that's a good thing. Is that you have a somewhat decent outlet in blue with with Super Skrull. Oh my goodness, brain crash for real. And then if you want to do your team damage, where you got Vulture's team damage, uh, where it comes back from being from airborne, or you have Super Skrulls as a thing. America Chavez and Karnak. I mean, critical tiles. Yes, please. Mm, Let me see here. Who else? Who else? Not necessarily Carolina Dean. That's a bad trade-off. Um, like I'm surprised that Super Skrull actually doesn't have any synergy with any of the members of Fantastic Four. That's that's the wild thing though. Like I know I get it. Like he's he's supposed to be Fantastic Four combined together, or adjacent, or whatever you want to say it, or adjacent. But so you'd have thought, oh man, you'd have had some synergy together with them. Um, Polaris is obvious because of well, special tile abuse. Uh, Kate Pride to a degree. Again, that's with the whole if you can get that one turn repeater tile out for his blue ability, not necessarily invisibility, but that's a thing. Um, I mean, I guess Dark Beast, but again, that's kind of getting to the reaching territory too. Oh, jeez. But yeah, Super Skrull. Super Skrull is really a one Skrull army. If we're being totally honest, a one Skrull army. Um, like if you like even if you're in 5-star land, you're like, you're not gonna really be using Super Skrull that often. Like 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 what? Or you compare him with Immortal Hulk? Immortal Hulk will be doing most of the work. Okoye, well, I mean, Okoye will help out with his green ability and whatever else you might use. Um, Kitty Pryde and Candy X-Men, she can get those tiles buffed up a little bit. Same with Nico, you know. Really, again, like I said, nobody really in 5-star man, and it's like, let me land where it's like, oh geez, well, if this person here would had Super Skrull like, oh man, yo, they can help them out tremendously, but no, not really. Again, I'm just really rambling now. Uh, last time I think so with me rambling, yeah, I think that's definitely gonna end the video. Um, within the next 2 days or so, day and a half or whatever, we got the Shang-Chi introducing video, so I'll do that. Do that probably tomorrow. Invisible Woman, we'll see her in about 4 days. 4 days, 9 hours as of this recording here. And her Crash the Titans is going to be even easier than Super Skrulls. I mean, well, again, provided you have her yellow Super Skrull's case, if you have his blue, go invisible, make sure you protect your invisibility tile, you win. So yeah, so um, I have no way to transition out to leave out the video, but I will say this here. Um, to all those who were impacted by the most recent hurricane, yo, y'all stay safe. I know y'all probably won't be able to hear me or whatever like that there, but you know, the least I can do is just show y'all some love. Like I so wish I could go down there and and help out with the physical stuff, but I'm not in a position to help out and help you guys out. So, well, I mean, like in a not necessarily in a financial sense, but just going out there and helping the people and just giving them some sort of reassurance that hey, we'll help you out as best as we can. So anyway, I'm out. We're gonna look at these strange sites, rewards, and grind out the rest of Venom Bomb. So y'all have a good one.